Bobby Charles showed up, and I guess Lee Von Helm knew who he was, but I don't think two other people knew who this guy was. He was just this charismatic, funky guy from Abbeville, Louisiana. He talked like this. And he was a charmer. And it turned out he had written See You Later, Alligator. And he wrote, I Don't Know Why I Love You, But I Do. And he also wrote Walking to New Orleans for 5 stars. He's a real songwriter. I sang this Walking to New Orleans. I got lucky. I was down there doing this Garrison Keillor show. This was before Katrina. And we were in this huge place on Canal Street, maybe 2,800, and full as usual for him. And they gave me a horn section, so I could write horn charts, which I did. And I did an arrangement of Walking to New Orleans. And I started singing that song in front of all those people, and they stood up. I mean, like it was an anthem. And I was thinking to myself as I'm singing, I'm going, oh, was this a good choice? Oh my God. Bobby and I traveled together many miles. One guy was talking to me the other night, I was telling him about, we were talking about a particular blues artist, and I said, well, Bobby Charles, I was going through Louisiana like in 75 or something, and Bobby was there in Abbeville, and went over to Duke Hughes Oyster House and got some oysters. And then that night, Bobby said, well, you gotta go to this Roadhouse, Jefferson. I said, well, what do you mean? He said, oh man, you gotta see this place. So we got in my Blazer and drove through these pine forests on like gravel roads, no markings or nothing on these roads, to the middle of nowhere. And then there was a clearing, and there were maybe 250 cars in a giant parking lot, and this roadhouse that said, Blues Tonight. That's all it said. And I went, have I died? And Bobby wanted to first go in the back. They had this, well, I hate to say this, but they had cockfights in the back. And I was a little queasy about it, but we started to go in, and there was this poor young guy, and he was 12 years old, with a dead rooster in his arms, that had lost. He was crying, walking out of this thing, and Bobby looked at the situation, and he turned to me and he said, Jefferson, that is one sad gumbo. That's in Louisiana right there, man. It was going to go in the pot. And so we probably saw one cockfight, and I went, you know what, Bob, maybe not. And we went around to go into this place to see what the Blues Tonight was all about. And it was Lightning Hopkins and Jimmy Reed. They didn't even put their names up there. Place had 500 people in there. And I wanted to call, they didn't have a phone. I wanted to call everyone I knew. And Jimmy Reed was sober that night. I've never heard of that. He played great. Can't say the same for Lightning. I had heard him before. So. It's a tune that Bobby Charles wrote with Rick Danko from the band. It's called Small Town Talk. It's all small town talk. You know how people are. They can't stand to see other people doing what they'd like to do. It's small town talk. Don't you pay no mind. Those same people will try and do it every time. You can't believe in everything you hear. Darling, believe in me, it's all small town talk. It's a well-known fact, you might never know how one might react to what you're thinking. And in small town talk, they tell a lot of lies, make some people crazy. They'll never realize that they're sinking. We only two folks trying to get together, trying to make it work, oh, make it work. And who are we to judge one another? That could cause a lot of hurt, a whole lot of hurt. It's all small town talk. It's all small town talk. Don't believe a word. Don't believe a word, 'cause it's small town talk. Thank you.